When is coaching not right for me? There's a saying that goes, if you don't have time to meditate for 5 minutes, then meditate for an hour. And it's a bit like that with coaching. Perhaps the reasons for you not having time for coaching might not be immediately obvious to you, but they may be to an external eye. So it might well be that the best thing that you should do is to work with a coach. But it is a genuine question to ask, when might coaching not be right for me? I'll try and give you as honest a view as I can from the large number of people that I've spoken with about coaching, many of whom ultimately decided to start working with me, and others for whom the time wasn't right. So what were the main reasons that people cited? I can't commit the time to coaching at the moment. A lot of the time, this isn't a reason that any coach should immediately accept. There are 101 questions to ask to really understand what's behind that statement. Is it a lack of ability to delegate? Is there an absence of systems for the team to follow? Is there a reluctance to hire someone who could lighten the load? And so on and so on. But that being said, I can empathise with people who say that they want to get a few things straightened out first before they commit to coaching. There might be something going on in the business that's occupying a significant amount of headspace. Things like attracting investment into the business, moving offices, shifting platforms, overhauling IT systems. I get it. On some really big things like this, especially if you've never had a coaching relationship before, you might want to focus 100% on these things before starting with your coach. Why? Because coaching, at least at the very start, may go very wide in terms of the aspects of your business and your life, and it'll take you to places that perhaps you haven't fully thought about or probed before. One of the things coaching will get you to do is to focus and on the right things. And the last thing I'd want to do is take your focus away from a major priority that you're seeing through. So I can't commit the time to coaching at the moment may well be a decent reason why coaching might not be right for you. My only guidance here is not to hang on to that reason for too long. I want someone to do the work for me. We have a saying that goes, only do the work that only you can do. One of the great ways to free up your time to allow you to focus on adding the most value is to leverage the time and skills of other people. That makes good sense. You might need someone to write marketing copy for your website, someone to write the systems for your customer journey, someone to do the bookkeeping. Hiring hands, whether that be directly or outsourced, may well be the right thing to do here. A coach, though, won't do the work for you. At the end of the day, when did you last see Pep Guardiola run onto the pitch to take his position in the Manchester City team? A coach is there to work alongside you, to act as a sounding board, to ask you the right questions that allow you to draw out the best solutions, to help you brainstorm ideas and solutions, to challenge your thinking, perhaps even calling out some blind spots that you can't see. If you need some specific work done for you, it's best that you identify it, create a specific role, description, or project brief, and then hire the relevant person to do the work for you. I can't afford coaching. I get it. A business coach isn't the cheapest investment you're likely to make, and especially if you look at it on a pound per hour basis. It'll very likely be up there with lawyer fees. Ultimately though, any business coach worth their salt will only work with a client with whom they know they'll be able to deliver a significant return on the investment. And that's why during your initial conversation with a coach, you should be looking at the current situation in the business with a view to identifying where you'd like to get to and what a plan to get you there looks like. That way, together, you'll be able to see how you can cash flow the coaching investment. But it really depends what kind of coaching you're comparing your bank balance to. Here's what I mean. If your business is still quite small and not making a great deal of profit yet, then it may well be that one-to-one coaching would be too expensive for your means right now. This is where speaking with a coach with different coaching offers is going to help you. You see, It may be that a group coaching program would be helpful for you, and whilst it's not the bespoke service of a one-to-one relationship that you'd ideally like to have, it might still help you move to your next level. Many clients have started with group coaching and progressed to one-to-one as their businesses have grown. I've also seen myself simply directing people to good YouTube videos or books to help people get the initial education or inspiration that they need if they felt they couldn't justify investing in coaching. And that's okay. As long as people are getting what they need when they need it, that's fine by me. Of course, there are other business owners who absolutely can afford coaching but think they can't. That's where you're looking too much at the monthly fee without fully understanding the value and impact that can be created with you and your people through having a good coach on your team. Imagine getting all your team committed to their own personal growth. What benefits could you derive from aligning behind a core vision and agreed values? What if people started challenging their own beliefs and behaviours to spring them into new, more constructive ways? What if they started doing that with their teammates, holding themselves and others to account? A good coach will cost anywhere between £18,000 and £36,000 per year to have on your team, and it'll act as a supercharger for all of your people. How does that compare to the typical salary range of your team? Whatever the size of your business, it's worth asking a coach to share with you their product ladder. This is basically all of the programs they have on offer for different levels of investment. Typically, the lower rungs of the ladder are either self-coaching, like books or online resources, through to group coaching, where you'll be in amongst other like-minded business owners. And as you move up the ladder, you'll get variations of one-to-one coaching that will generally vary in terms of frequency, weekly or fortnightly, and depth, so number of people being coached. There should always be a program that you feel can help you and that you feel that you can afford. I haven't found a coach that I feel I could work with. This is a critical one. And I'd suggest that if you don't have a connection with the coach you're speaking with, don't start a relationship with them. At the end of the day, you're unlikely to embark on an intimate relationship with another person if there was a lack of chemistry, would you? I'd suggest there needs to be a connection with your coach. Of course, I'm not suggesting for 1 second it'll be like meeting your lifelong partner, lover, or soulmate. That being said, your relationship with your business coach is likely to be a very special one and one that will last for a long time. You'll be sharing with your coach your entire business, warts and all. You'll be expressing your true feelings, the hopes and dreams you have for your family and business, and fears and insecurities you have that might be holding you back. As relationships go, you won't get a much deeper one than with your business coach. So that's why I stress the fact that you should absolutely feel a connection to your coach. Do you trust them? Do you feel they'll have your back? Will they simply show up at coaching sessions, or will they be with you all the way? Someone once said, "I'd like you to be in the canoe paddling with me as opposed to me being in the canoe with you waving at me from the riverbanks." What they meant by this was, I want you to be all in. Ask your coach for examples of how they've shown their commitment to other clients. Whatever you do, make sure you want to spend time with your coach. And that's not because they're a nice person. Sometimes sessions will be hard. They'll take you to places you don't want to go. But ultimately, you need to know that the coach genuinely cares for you and wants the best for you. If the chemistry's not there, you shouldn't start working with that coach.